This episode of the Sports Box is brought to you by Mic'd Up Entertainment and DJ Mike Velardi. For all of your event planning needs, make sure you contact Mike at 609-864-5925 and tell him that you saw him on the Sports Box.
Well, hello again, and welcome to the show that's just like drinking a big tall martini with a big fucking olive glass in it. This is the Sports Box, where the only opinion that matters is right here, damn it. I am Mike Galetta, a.k.a. Hampton Mike, along with my partner, Brian the Ranger Tart. Brian, how are you today?
You're weaving a web for fan. You didn't start the show yet.
Oh,
What's
God.
wrong?
I am a little hostile today. Didn't take my pill. Anyway, today we are here talking about NBA. Did I say it like 3 or 4 times already?
Roughly.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the NBA free agent tracker today. We're going to talk
National
about
Bank League? Bank Association?
The Bank Association, yeah, exactly. So let's talk about some big moves in the free agent market that have hit already, and maybe some players you know about. Obviously, they may not have been big deals. Michael Carter-Williams on the move from Charlotte off to Chicago. Darren Collison, I don't know how he gets 2 years, $20 million. Actually, I can, because the NBA is just a joke when it comes to money. But Stephen Curry, Brian, just a little bit of cash, re-ups for Golden State, 5 years, $201 million.
Steph Curry is
unbelievable.
Steph Curry, I need you to buy me lunch.
Listen, he's earned it. I mean, I think he's a hell of a player.
Well, I mean, all things considered, yeah. I mean, they've won championships.
Yep.
Even one of the reasons why, and I get it, but it's still insane.
They got him a bargain. They got him at a bargain basement price before, and he's just re-upping.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant, 2 years, $53 million. Back to Golden State again. That's a surprise. What a shock. And then actually that sets up for the NBA next year to be a total frenzy next year. LeBron will come into play. Kevin Durant has a club option. If he wants out, he can get out. I mean, there's all a bunch of things that can happen next year. So
it's a lot of money.
The thing I'm shocked at is the LA Clippers. They could get out of the money situation. They could sign some players. What do? Brian, they signed a hurt again for the 3rd straight year, Blake Griffin. 5 years, $173 million. What in God's name are you giving this guy?
I think they panicked a lot. I think they didn't know what they were going to do next year. But, it just doesn't make sense. He's been injured, hasn't played very well. They just traded Chris Paul. I guess they didn't think he was going to be back. It's mixed messages, guys. I don't really know what they're doing there, but that's just flat out idiotic. A lot of money, too.
Gordon Hayward, it is official. He is gone from Utah to the Boston Celtics, 4 years, $128 million. Here's a guy who was going to hit the free agent market, was going to be a solid player for big shooters. Other people were involved in this. It's probably a good fit for him.
I think that deal's indicative. The problem I think the NBA has these days, Mike, is it's kind of like it's the haves and the have-nots in that a lot of these teams go out and draft players, and they become like a feeder league for the super teams. So Boston takes Gordon Hayward from Utah. They also lose George Hill to Sacramento. Not that Sacramento's anything, but here's Utah, drafts well, develops talent, and then they just go sign for bigger money somewhere else. It's really like the elites and everybody else in the NBA, and that's going to be a problem.
Sacramento also got Zach Randolph too in the deal, but Andre Iguodala stays put, 3 years, $48 million. Serge Ibaka stays with Toronto, 3 years, $65 million. Kyle Korver stays in Cleveland, 3 years, $22 million. You know what? I'd stay in Cleveland too for $22 million for 3 years.
It's an easy job, right?
Exactly. Kyle Lowry, who was originally rumored to have ties to the Sixers, wanted to come back home. Ain't happening. He's staying in Toronto 3 years, $100 million.
He'll be okay with that.
They pretty much almost maxed him out.
No, he's getting money to go elsewhere.
Yep. Patty Mills re-signs with San Antonio, another guy who was rumored to come to the Sixers as a side thing, 4 years, $50 million. Paul Millsap, unbelievable, off to Denver. 3 years, $90 million. I mean, this people just throw money around.
Yeah, but Denver needed that. I mean, Denver is they're trying to reestablish themselves. They get a legit all-star in Millsap. So, I mean, again, there's something you can build your team around.
Yep.
I get it. Again, the money everywhere is insane. So I think you almost get desensitized to it. Yes. But all things considered, you may have to overpay if you're a Denver to get a guy to go there because they're going to win.
Yep.
So.
Yep. We talked about Zach Randolph off to Sacramento, 2 years, $24 million. J.J. Redick, 1 year Philadelphia, $23 million. Make or break. You're going to see if J.J. Redick is going to help this team out. If he does, he's going to get paid next year big time somewhere or they re-sign him, but I don't think so. Tony Snell stays in Milwaukee, 4 years, $46 million. Jeff Teague getting paid, leaving Indiana, going to Minnesota, 3 years, $57 million. P.J. Tucker, Toronto to Houston, 4 years, $32 million. And then, obviously, we didn't get a chance to touch on it last time we were on the show, but Chris Paul, off to Houston to try to make the super team. Now it's him, Harden, Maybe they add another piece. Brian, this is the way of the NBA. Super teams abroad now. I mean, you saw Golden State, how they did it. You saw Cleveland, how they did it. You saw Miami, although LeBron says he never played for a super team, how they did it.
Like for two of them.
This is the way the NBA is trending.
It's a problem. It's a problem because you know what? If you're a fan of the Milwaukee Bucks, why are you even watching?
Yeah.
What do you care about? You're not even going to win. Why? Because it's just not possible.
It's almost like you do it the right way and you're getting hurt because it's going to take you that longer to get there.
This reinforces the Sixers and trust in the process because if you're not going to win, lose, you're going to get something for it. Guys that you could potentially control for longer and hope something good comes out of it. Because again, this is basketball.
Yeah.
And you have it. I mean, was it like 15 guys on a roster at one time? The money is very small.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, the money gets divided by a smaller number of people. So
and if you don't spread out that money, you have to hit a certain floor. It gets spread out to everybody else.
Yep.
So Danilo Gallinari. Actually, from Denver goes to the Clippers. 3 years, $65 million. Not a bad payday.
it's D'Antoni.
It's
Mike
not,
D'Antoni.
Yeah, it's not a bad payday for him. And the last one I'll do is people heard of Taj Gibson, Oklahoma State to Minnesota, 2 years, $28 million.
So long story short, all that money that you heard just got flown around doesn't really matter. Warriors win next year.
Next year it will start. You've already heard talk about LeBron. You know, and I think it'll be a crumb if he leaves Cleveland again, but he will.
Sure.
And go to another team, and the Lakers will pick up people, and it'll just be bedlam. So we'll see. We'll definitely have a show about that. But anyway, we really appreciate you watching. That's all the time we have for the NBA tracking special. Keep an eye out. We always have good content coming.
You know it's Sportsbox at Sportsbox Show on Twitter and Facebook. Find us there, and please go ahead and add a subscriber to our YouTube channel. We appreciate it.
And absolutely, and always know that remember at the Sportsbox, the only opinion it matters. It's right here. Thanks for watching, folks. See you. 1, 2, 3.
Don't forget to subscribe.